I just got a lot of secondhand Lego
with tons of pieces and minifigures that kids sharpied and destroyed, as well as a variety of pieces from old and new sets, including one that was from a $200 collector set that retired last year.
At the end of the video, I'll be revealing the price of the lot and the 2 most expensive pieces. Epic riser moment.
Let's begin with this guy who sports an Alien Conquest helmet from 2011 with a shaded visor and what looks to be Arlu written on the top, or Ardu, I'm not too sure. And of course some more magnificent helmet drawings on the back. When we remove the helmet, we'll find this visor, and if we turn it around, we'll find the horrified face of someone who witnessed their friend get obliterated with blood. That friend might have been this poor soldier with silver legs, torso detailing, and a face that comes straight out of a war atrocity. The helmet is colored, and so is the back, and when we remove that helmet, we can see a second face with premium glasses, like this mysterious M on this flame trooper leg. Then we have Captain Phasma's hips. This is a rare minifigure that got some coloring on the belt and on the groin. This clone gunner helmet from 2009 got his visor smudged with Sharpie, and the back of the helmet looks like another attempt at a clone visor with some red blood lines and some weird dots at the bottom. Then we have this 2x2 dome that
I know this isn't a minifigure, but it's desperately trying to be one.
Because it seems that our painter has tried to create a red astromech droid, but the details have faded over time. So naturally they had to paint this figure's legs and torso, or somehow get an 8 on the OG Bosk torso. How do you even do that? Is it a stamp? Then we have this guy with a blue stormtrooper helmet, interesting legs and torso painting, and a bloody arm. Now the clone helmet looks normal until you turn it around. Wow!
Also, it looks like this kid might be more powerful than I thought, because he knows how to remove printing.
Under the helmet is the iconic middle-aged Harry Potter with a clapped hairline, whatever this abomination is. I was really excited to see a part from a rare Ayla Secura minifigure from 2010, until I saw the back, where colored-in parasites are living. This next torso has a weird bullseye on it, which ruins this piece.
If anyone knows what torso this is, please let me know.
Then we have this nice chest plate with an interesting cross on the front, and on the back, a palm tree with some bushes next to it.
Honestly, better art than what I could have done.
Finally, the only modification that looks cool is this sliced dark red cape. You can tell it's cut because of this open semicircle that appears on capes with 2 holes. This could be useful for my Boba Fett because they don't include these pauldrons anymore. Lego pieces that kids brutally destroyed and colored. Starting with a gray brick that has some nice gold Sharpie on it. I wonder if it's even possible to remove. Then we have this 2x14 light bluish gray plate that unfortunately got bent. I see this very often with longer plates, so let's see if we can reverse the bend. So let's put it aside. Then we have this yellowed 2x3 brick that looks like someone took a good bite out of it, but just left it in and said, well, I'm good. This leaves the piece of plastic hanging on for dear life inside of the brick. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen out yet. And getting back to that bent plate, it seems that we can't really reverse the bend. The damage is done. This piece looks like it got rusted, but that's just impossible with this kind of plastic. So at the same time, it sort of looks like it got burned, but also it could be some kind of permanent marker. Next we have this 2x4 brick with 2 vertical lines and a mysterious diamond. The back has a few lines, but I just passed over this piece until I found another one in the lot of Lego. This time a 2x2 brick with a lime diamond surrounded by a black border. Are these some kind of secret markings?
I think I finally found a normal 2x2 slope, or did I? Because on the other side lay my exact thoughts when I'm trying to understand the test.
Question marks, and what seems to be
TES. It's just missing a T and it would be test. When I got this lot of secondhand Lego, I couldn't help but notice the overwhelming amount of yellow bricks.
Combined with the amount of new pieces like this gear from 2019, this curved plate from 2018, this printed eye from 2021, and this suspiciously modern looking side build. Then I looked at sets with this many 2x4 slopes in yellow, and there was only one set. The Super Mario 64 question mark block from 2021, originally retailing for $200.
Why would someone give away a $200 recently retired Lego set?
The 32x32 plate, the 18x16 tile in purple, and the sand green support makes a lot more sense now.
All I can say is that maybe it was an accident, and if you're wondering, I can't rebuild the set because I only have a third of the parts.
In this lot, I noticed that a lot of the minifigures were completely disassembled, from the legs to the arms to the groin pieces, and even the heads. Meaning aside from the gruesome painting, the minifigure torsos were unharmed with no cracks on the torso or arms. Normally cracks form when the arms are attached to the torso, and when it's played with enough, the cracks will appear. However, since the arms were not attached to the torsos, there were no cracks. That means that since there is an ATST pilot torso with no cracks in it, I can replace the cracked arms from my ATST driver with this one. Nice. Other than that ATST pilot and all those other minifigures that the kids drew on, there were some other minifigures that were unharmed, like this Dumbledore torso from 2007, Thanos' arm. Just his arm, not even his hand. Lloyd's leg from season 8 of Ninjago, or 2018. This head is from a scuba Robin from 2013, and the Sharpie has covered the red scuba mask so much that it's black now. Then we have a 2011 minifigure series samurai leg, and a kind of rare voodoo Jack Sparrow hips from 2011. Then we have a rare Boromir leg, an Urukai torso from the same year. There was also this red Rise of Snakes head from the same year. I also figured out what ADU means on the other figure. It means Alien Defense Unit, which is the exact unit that these spacemen are. This kid knew his lore. In terms of sets in the slot, I was able to find half of the 2018 Creator Space Shuttle. It's crazy that I was able to figure out that the Polar Eagle from 2018 was in the set simply by looking at the two 2x6 dark green plates that were stacked on top of each other with some jumpers on them. This lot also had a few pieces from Batman's Submarine. There was also a van door from Beware the Vulture from 2017. There's also this Technic piece from a random set called Whack. What a name. Onomatopoeias. Whack whip whoop. Again, by simply looking for the 3x4 slope in magenta, I was able to figure out that this roof is from the Creative Brick set from 2015. There's also this 1x4 from the Batmobile and Two-Face Chase from 2012. Then there's a Superman logo from Superman vs. Bizarro from 2017. This ratcheted arm that literally has the set number on the piece. And when you look it up, you'll find that it's the Arctic Ice Crawler from 2018. Then we have this flap with a sticker on it from 2014's Milano Spaceship Rescue. I have no idea what I just said.
This piece only appears in sand blue on Vulture Droids, specifically 2 LEGO sets that include Vulture Droids in 2005, the Ultimate Space Battle and Vulture Droid vs. Anakin Starfighter. So if you see this piece, you got yourself a Vulture Droid.
Then we have this white and gold subassembly that I was able to identify as the back of Wu's Dragon from 2015. Finally, the most difficult subassembly to figure out was this set of snot bricks attached to ingots. This was because it was made up of pretty common pieces that came in hundreds of sets, as well as not having any stickers on it or any prints to give away what set it came from. I thought it was from the 2016 Modular Building Bank because it had the same tile work, but the white didn't match the set. That's until I found the Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown, which has this exact tile work with the jumper plates at the bottom. This set cost $170, or retail price back then in 2018 of $100.
First, the question block. Now this must have come from the rich kid. Well, at least it's a play set, unlike the Ultimate Collector Series type of question block set that's designed for adults.
This lot has a lot of one-off parts from sets here and there across a 10-year period from 2011 to 2021. Now, what are the most valuable parts from this lot? Well, the most expensive piece is technically the 16x16 white base plate, worth $2, but if this Specialist Forces Clone Trooper helmet is cleaned up a little bit, it's worth $5. This lot costed $24.
Let me know if you think it was worth it, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Goodbye.